using a lot of exercises, they're using multiple muscles at the same time. So you're not just doing a row here, working your lats and your shoulders, you're working your core, you take that leg off, you got a lot more stuff going on stability-wise in your core, your leg, all the way down to the ankle. So it's not just one isolated exercise, it's an integrated exercise using multiple muscles along with your stabilizers and neutralizer muscles as well. So, that being said, we're going to try to get on into the functional aspect of training and into the exercises. So the first one I'm going to demonstrate is the TRX back row. I'm going to come out this way. I'm just going to let my body weight kind of fall back. Palms are even with each other, shoulders are down, and I'm just going to simply pull my body up and then slowly lower it down, making sure that there's no slack in the system ever. Okay? I'm not leading with my hips to get myself up, and I'm not crashing down this way. It's a nice controlled movement here. Okay? From here, you can progress this movement into a single arm row by taking it back to that single-handed mode. Okay? Pulling down like this, I can be here, challenging my core even more, using that one arm to get myself up and making sure that I'm not twisting as I'm doing it. I'm going to go back out of this single-handed mode to go on to a couple more progressions with this one. We can go a 45-degree angle with the elbows in relation to the sides of the body here. It's just a little bit wider. I can turn my palms over, focus more on those rear delts, and get a high row in, like this. Lastly, there's the TRX power pull, which can probably be done a few ways, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go back to that single-handed mode. I'm going to use my right hand here. I'm just going to come back this way a little bit. And again, talking about integrative movement, using not just one arm, one muscle for this movement, but a combination of a few. So there's the TRX back row. Now, coming from here, actually I'm going to stay in the single-handed mode. I'm going to show you the suspended lunge. Now for this one, you need to be in this single-handed mode. I'm going to face away from the system, and I'm going to put my foot, toe in, just to the one thing. Now, this one automatically uses a lot of balance because you're standing on simply one leg and you have that stabilization going on there. Now for the suspended lunge, I'm going to take you down here, the leg's going to be supported with the TRX, and I'm just coming down this way and back up. Actually, I'm going to come out just a little bit further so I make sure I get that knee right over the hill. So I'm really working my glute here. From here on, I can make this a dynamic movement, a dynamic lunge. Down, just give it a little jump at the top, make it more of a plyometric, more dynamic movement here. From here, I'm just going to turn my body just barely and make it a cross lunge in the back. My hips are facing this way, and I'm working that leg here, firing that glute even more on the supporting side. Down and up. This whole time, my core is really engaging to keep myself from biting him. Lastly, I'm just going to go this way. I'm going to get a little backside view with just an abducted lunge here. Just coming down and up again. I'm just going to get my arms going this way. I'm really having all that weight supported here while this leg's free to move. Now, I'm coming out of this mode, back to the regular. I'm going to keep the handles down here, and I'm going to start working the chest and a suspended push-up. So now, I have these foot cradles at about where I want them, about 8 to 12 inches off the ground. I'm going to go put my feet suspended in the foot cradles like I was showing earlier. Down on the ground here. Toes in here. I'm going to cross one foot over the other and just unwind myself around this way. So, for the push-ups, you want the toes right underneath that anchor point. Body is up, abs are engaged. A simple push-up, lowering the body down. Exhale, up. Now on this one, you're going to be careful that they're not swinging about with the feet. The core's completely engaged here and up. Okay. If they need a rest, they can put the knees down and be good to go. Now from this position, we're going to go in to a push-up with offset hands. You can put one here and one here, have the body out, and work a little bit differently. Same deal. Now switching exercises, I'm going to go into the atomic push-up, which is a push-up with a suspended crunch. Body's up, I've got the push-up here, and the crunch in. Down and up and down, and lastly, the atomic oblique push-up. Pulling down, and an oblique crunch with those knees. Simple to be done. Knees down, feet out of the system, and we're good to go. I'm going to show you another plank, and it's a side plank. We're basically going to get in it the same way because you still need your feet in the cradles. Put my foot in the cradles this way, and you want your top leg in front of your other one. So I'm going to turn on my side. Got a little ground on me. Top leg's going to go here, and I'm going to attach my front heel to my back toe. Now, you can be on the side. This is more of an advanced movement. You're just starting to train your clients or for yourself. You're going to want that top arm assisting you to lift you up. So this one you're going to be down on the elbow, wide base of support there. Feet are going to be still, squeezing everything, and you've got this basic side plank. Now to progress from here, hand can go on your hip, and you could add some reps of a hip drop in between. Now lastly, we have a reach through. So this arm is free. You can reach underneath you and back up to here. Underneath and back up. So those are the three progressions for the side plank. You can also do each of those way up on your hand. A little bit tougher, you have smaller base of support now, but the same thing. You can support and assist with that front arm. Take it off, take your hip raises, and you can do that twist, which is a little bit hard here, but I'm not going to do it. Hips are down, and we're ready to go on to the next exercise. The last one is the hamstring series on the ground here. Foot cradles are already in a good position, so we're good there. Now to get in here, we're just going to have the heels in and not the toes. So you're going to be laying backwards. Lift the heels up. I'm all twisted here. Lift the heels up. Place them in the foot cradles. Toes are in front of the handles. And even the feet out. You're straight on the floor and arms are down. You're just going to do basic hamstring curl. We're going to leave the hips on the ground first. So just bringing the heels in and back, letting the head relax on the ground. Okay? The progression from here is to raise the hips and then pull the heels in from this position. A little bit harder. You could also try to take the arms off as you go to make this more of a core thing here. Lastly, you're going to bring those heels in like this and do a hip press. Hips go down and back up and down and up. Same thing. And then lastly, you have the bicycle, which can be an extremely advanced move. You want to try to keep the body as still as possible so that you're not waving all over the place here. Everything is down. You can sit back up, take the heels off, and you're ready to go. So just with those simple things and simple steps in mind, the principles, the basics at the beginning, and those few sample exercises, you're ready to get going. So make your body your machine.